Sorry about that. All right. Hey everyone, this is P-Chan from AGL Studios. Tonight I wanted to show a quick brush demo on Photoshop, specifically a particle or texture kind of brush. Just basically how to make one in about 5 minutes or less. So right here, I have a sketch of Poison Ivy that I want to finish up sometime soon. She's going to be in a jungle setting, and I need to make a bunch of leaves. I do not feel like drawing a bunch of leaves one at a time, so instead I'm going to try to make a brush that's going to give me a whole bunch of leaves really quickly, and that's very easy to do. So let's get right down to that. So you go up over here to File, go down to New, to make your brush canvas pretty much. I have a preset to 1 inch by 1 inch at 300 dpi to make my brushes. You generally don't want to make it too big, but you want it at a good size so that, if you were to print it out, people could see it up close that it's, good quality. So this is a good ballpark for that. Press OK. There it is, hiding behind something because Photoshop is usually inconvenient about that stuff. So now I have a brush canvas. Make a new layer on it. And when you're making a brush, try to do it all in black. Black is going to be the strongest, how could I say this, color for your brush, and it's just going to look a lot, solid that way. So I want to make a bunch of leaves, so I'm not going to just draw one leaf. I'm going to draw, a bunch of leaves. So there's a leaf. All right, I'm just going to fill that in really quick with the lasso tool. And yeah, all right, there's a leaf. Yeah, good enough for me. So let's just like mess around with this. Let's just transform it, flip it around. You don't have to do this. I'm just trying to like do less work. So there's another leaf. Maybe make that look a little different. And let's just draw a last leaf for the heck of it because I like the number 3. 3 is a chill number. All right, cool. Yeah, all right. Well, there's our leaves. Not the best, but I just wanted good enough for a demo, I suppose. Well, when you make a brush, you kind of want everything to almost touch the sides, at least I do, especially if you're going to make a repeating pattern that's, wants to merge into each other pretty well. And yeah, there's our bunch of leaves. So in order to just make this a brush, you just go right up here to Edit, bring your cursor down here to Define Preset, and it's already a brush. You don't necessarily have to name your brush. I usually don't. But for the sake of this, let's just give it a name. Let's just call it Leafy. All right, cool. Now we have a good leafy brush. So this is what our brush presently looks like. All right, let me pick that brush. There it is. This is what our brush looks like. As you can see, it's okay. I mean, it's not that convincing. So let's just try to fix that. So let's go to F5 to bring up the brush menu, and we're going to mess with the brush presets right here on the right to give it a better, more natural look. I'm not going to go over all these brush presets, but just the ones to make the most basic sort of like, particle kind of brush. So let's go down to spacing, space it out a bit just to see what we're dealing with here. All right, not too bad. Let's go to shape dynamics. Let's mess with the size jitter. I like to put mine up all the way and set it to pen pressure. Size jitter basically will randomly make your brush small or big, as you can see along the way. Pen pressure will mess with how often it's going to do that. And minimum diameter, well, you put it all the way here at 0%, things are going to start off small. You go all the way here to the right, and things are going to be all big from beginning to end, and will make no point if we're going to use the size jitter. So let's just put it a little bit below average. So there you go. We have already, varying leaf bunches of like small and big. So let's go down to angle jitter, set that to pen pressure. And angle jitter is going to do exactly what size jitter did, except put it at different angles. See, it's pretty cool. And then roundness jitter, it's going to be pretty much like the other two, except it's going to mess. I'm putting it on pen pressure again, just to like show things quickly. It's going to show things flat or full. And, giving it a sense that, things are like moving in and out of like perspective, I guess. That's the best way I can describe it. When a bunch of leaves are falling, they don't directly face you. So put it like this to make it more natural. If you want to like mess with the minimum roundness, I mean, you don't have to. I never do. That just further embellishes the roundness kind of jitter. You know, but let's leave that a none for now. That's pretty much going how I want it. So let's go to scattering. Scattering up here, I've set it to pen pressure, as you can see. Scattering affects how many things are going, sorry. It'll determine how far things are going to scatter from each other. So you bring it all the way here to the left, it's going to stay pretty bunched up. Bring it all the way here to the right, things start to space out even more. I would not recommend setting this all the way to the right because it could really slow down your computer. You know, trying to like process all this stuff. It's pretty crazy for a brush. And count stands for like, you know, just the number of things that it's going to show on your brush. Like put it not so much, put it all over the right, and that's way too much. Again, that will slow down your computer, so you know, I'd put it kind of like around here, 2 or 3. I usually don't need any more than that. Count jitter further embellishes on count. I don't really think you need to mess with that. You know, just for the sake of keeping it simple, let's just keep that to off. We'll go into texture, dual, all that other stuff another time, but transfer is a pretty basic brush preset to mess with too. Transfer messes with the opacity of the brush, and it can make things look like it's, you know, overlapping each other, which is pretty much what I need to make a realistic looking kind of leafy bush thing. So right here, okay, we got opacity jitter. You know, messes with the frequency of the opacity of a brush. I kind of like how it's looking here more on the right side. Is that it's a pen pressure, so that whenever I press hard on the pen, it's really going to do its thing. And let's see, flow jitter. I'm not exactly sure what it does. It just seems to really increase, like, you know, the depth of like the opacity as well. And you can set that to pen pressure too. I kind of like it looking a little sparse right there, so I'm putting it all the way on the right. And that's pretty much it for a basic brush. Looking a little too spaced out for me still. I'm going to go back to brush tips shape, and I'm going to mess with the spacing. I'm going to bring it to the right more. Now that looks a lot more bunched together, and I think I'll go with that. You just click right here, add a new space in the brush preset menu, and it's going to save it as a new brush. It already has a 1 behind it, so I don't even have to worry about renaming it. So let's see how our brush has turned out. This is how it used to look. You know, it's all right, whatever. I wouldn't write home about it. And here's how the brush looks now. And as you can see, it's gone, you know, much more dynamic, much more interesting. You work with what you got. So yeah, and that's pretty much how to make, you know, a bunch of leaves at once. I wish there was had more time to show you how to like tweak this up, but I think this pretty much lets you cover up, you know, a fair amount of like space in the quickest time as possible. And yeah, that's pretty much how to make a particle leaf brush. I hope this was, if not, you know, helpful. I hope it was at least interesting, but I really hope you did learn something new with this. Making brushes are fun and easy and very time consuming when you get lost into it. But yeah, thanks for checking out this video, and have a good one.